Traffic will always be an issue and make a day trip very tedious, so I have to recommend breaking it up. Spend more time at some beautiful places, relax with drinks at the many seaside bars, and take at least a few days instead of just one. But yeah, we are only here for one day. Let's make the most of it. After all, driving out the length of the Florida Keys is an iconic road trip. Once you get through the busy cities of Key Largo and Tavernier on its southern tip, the traffic and congestion begin to ease a bit as the views to the water also improve. US Route 1 is called the Overseas Highway as it traverses the Keys. Before its completion in 1912, the only way to get out this far was by boat or on the Overseas Railroad. The road now uses much of the infrastructure from the railroad, but you get to glimpse a lot of decaying parts along the way as well. After checking into the cute and very Keys post office in Key Colony Beach, we head back over the causeway to Marathon and grab some Guatemalan breakfast before heading out to our first main stop of the day. To get there, we need to first cross the 7-mile bridge, the longest of all the bridges through the Florida Keys. When the bridge was first built, it was among the longest in the world. The sections you cross today were built from 1978 to 1982, and some of the older structures were recycled into guardrails and other construction materials. After the 7 miles, we come to Little Duck Key and then just a couple more small ones before reaching Bahia Honda State Park. This gem is a destination for tourists and residents alike who come from both directions to swim in these beautiful waters. The ranger who takes $9 per car at the gate greets you by saying, "Welcome to paradise." Bahia Honda means deep bay in Spanish, and the park lives on a key of the same name. It was founded in 1961 on the uninhabited key and takes its name from the channel to the west, which is one of the deepest in the Florida Keys. Nina and I are excited to walk up onto an old section of the Overseas Railway, known as the Bahia Honda Bridge. This has long been out of service for any train traffic, but you can get some pretty stunning views from the top, which they say is the highest vantage point in the Keys. In addition to the swimmers in these waters, you will notice many people with snorkeling gear out over the reefs. Small fish, barracudas, rays, and nurse sharks all enjoy these shallow places. Once down from the bridge, we start thinking about spending some time on the beach and head towards a place in the park called Sandspur, but the weather starts to look threatening and some sprinkles start hitting the windshield. So we say adios to Bahia Honda State Park and get one last look at the broken old bridge before continuing our drive towards Key West. The next stop is a place referred to as the Blue Hole, a seemingly small pond that happens to be the largest freshwater lake in all of the Florida Keys. The lake is actually in the spot of an abandoned rock quarry that was used when roads were first being constructed on the overseas highway. A seemingly friendly alligator greets us at the observation deck, but the lake is now used by a wide range of birds, iguanas, snakes, and key deer as well. More dangerous than the alligator, the ranger who welcomes visitors to the Blue Hole asks us to look out for what he calls the poisonwood tree. You should not even seek shelter from rain under this tree, which produces a sap that can severely irritate your skin and even cause blindness. It now seems well past lunchtime, and exactly 3 keys later, we pull into Tonio's Seafood Shack and Tiki Bar on Summerlin Key. We love seafood and tiki, so there seems to be little that could go wrong. We are now in the final stretch of our drive to Key West, only 25 kilometers from the end of the road. After a few more peaceful bridges and causeways, the traffic once again starts to pick up. It makes sense, as there is only one way in and one way out. Our first stop in Key West is to see the monument for the southernmost point in the lower 48, which to be honest is pretty far off the actual point. Since the real point is on a restricted military base, I suppose this can be forgiven. After seeing the last post office in the Keys, we set off on foot to explore the city. The Green Parrot Bar has an old post office sign, so of course we stop in to check that out. Then the intersection that all geography nerds must come to. We made it to the end, but it is really the beginning of US Route 1, which extends all the way to the border of Canada in Maine. While Key West is definitely centered around tourism and is probably not our type of place typically, wandering around is not all that bad. It has nice wide sidewalks and plenty of shade from large trees. On the way back to Florida City, we treat ourselves to one last round in the back garden of Isla Morada Brewing. A food trailer also lives back here, and a burger could not be resisted. The day had been a little frantic, but right now, island life is treating us really well. Our overall timing worked out almost perfectly. The sun faded down behind the horizon as we crossed the Sound and were back in mainland Florida. On the next one, we are crossing one more national park off our list, heading out into the mangroves on paddleboards and on the lookout for those elusive manatees.